Now our classes are getting interesting. In this video, we are going to talk about a tool which is mostly used in every design of yours, whether it is still image design, video editing, motion graphic, whatever it is. Mostly we use this tool, which is Type tool. In Type tool, when you hover on it, you can see the shortcut key of Type tool is T, and when you click and hold your left click on your mouse, you can see there are many other tools related to Type tool, which will be discussed in this video, or maybe in part 2 if we cannot finish it in this video, or if it is too much for you guys, I'll just make it in 2 parts. First, we're gonna start from Type tool, the first one. When you select the Type tool, your cursor gonna change. They're gonna give you the option to type something. There are 2 ways of typing. Click and you can type whatever you want, or you can say this is our graphic design course which is started from Adobe Illustrator, and we will cover other designing softwares or software as well. This is the first way of writing, and the second one is click and drag. So you can create a text box for yourself. You can specify the borders till which area you can go or till which area you can write, then it will jump back to the first line. When you create the first text box, or whenever you create text boxes, they will give you some dummy text. I can write my own paragraph again, and this time I'm gonna not hit enter. Like before, when I wrote, this is our graphic design course which is started from, then I pressed enter to come back to the next line. And here, text box, let's see what's gonna happen. This is our graphic design course which is started from. Now when I wrote Adobe, it will directly jump back to the start of the second line, because you have specified the borders. Till this area you can go, and then you're gonna jump back to the first line. First advantage of having text box. Now the second advantages of having text box is hyphenation. In text boxes, if you guys have seen dictionaries or other text boxes like novels, in each line you can see that there is a word which is half written in half in the other line with the hyphenation. You guys probably know what is hyphenation. It can only happen in text box when you create or specify the borders. You cannot do it when you're writing freehandedly. Still, you can just write it and put a hyphen, then enter, come back to the second line. It will be manual, but you cannot do it usually. This is the second plus point of having text box. Now the third thing, let me copy all these things and paste it again. I can rewrite, or I can copy the paragraph from somewhere else and paste it in our text box. The next plus point is you have specified the borders. It cannot cross this border unless they will give you this red sign that your text box is small but your paragraph is too much. It cannot be fit here. You can do 2 things: decrease the font size or increase text box size. If I come to my text box, hold Control, and I increase the size of my text box, you can see the text is slowly getting appeared. I don't know till where, yeah, till here. So this is my paragraph which is crossed from my artboard. So this is my paragraph. You can see it's all over till the end of my artboard, or 2 lines more as well. Now I can do the next thing. Select everything, click here, press Ctrl+A, select all. I can decrease the size. So here are the 2 ways of typing with the type tool. You can type freehandedly and you can type with the text box. Second thing, when I resize this, my only text box gets resized. Not my text, not my font size, but when I resize the freehanded text or whatever you call, I don't know, but it will increase or decrease the font size. If I hold shift and then resize it, you can see the font style is not getting destroyed or it doesn't have any effects on it, but my whole text gets bigger. But in text box, nothing happens. It only increases the text box size, not the font size. This was the third or fourth difference between writing in text box and writing freehandedly. This was the first thing about writing with type tool. The second thing is, let's write something. Now let's come to the control bar. From here, I can change its color. You can see it's gray, green, blue, black, or whichever color I want. From here, I can add stroke, like let's do it red. Yeah. The next option is stroke. I can increase or decrease the stroke size. We can look at stroke in details, maybe in shapes or somewhere else, but I will show you guys a little bit in type tool as well. If you guys decrease this or increase the stroke to 2 points and click on the strokes, there are other options related to stroke that where your stroke should be. These things are going to be covered in line or whenever we are creating open path shapes or closed path shapes. All these things will make sense there. Here, if I click on the here or on the third one, no change is going to happen here because it is not related to closed path shapes. It is related to open path because it is cap. Cap comes at the end of a line or somewhere which is not closed. Then corners, rounded corner, bevel corner. I think we can check that here. Fit effects, yeah. So this is bevel corner, this is rounded corner, or this is miter corner. Then we have align stroke. I can do it outside the text, inside the text, or in the middle. Not in the text, but in the shape. If I convert this type or text into the shape, then I can do all these changes. But now it can only happen in the middle, or it only affects in the middle of the path. In our type tool, there is no path. You guys may know what is path. If I create a shape here, or change its color to blue or white, and stroke to none. This is a path. I can move with direct selection tool. I can change the vertex or anchor point locations. But in type tool, there is no path in here. So for changing its path or for creating the path from a type tool, we need to change or convert from type to shape. Before doing that, let's do the stroke thing in here. Now it's inside. Before, when we were making changes in align strokes, this is in the middle. You can see this is the path. Now the stroke is in the middle of the path, then inside the path, and then outside the path. It can only happen in the shapes, remember that. If you guys are working with type, the stroke won't affect in the middle, inside or outside. Before that, right click on it, create outline. Now you can see your text is changed to the outline or shape. The first advantages of it, you can add strokes wherever you want. But disadvantage is you cannot make changes in your text anymore. Like if you have misspelled something here and you change it to outline or created outline from it, now you cannot do anything. You can just move the letters or move your shapes inside or outside, but you cannot change H into J or K or whichever letter you want. Now if you apply stroke, and you can see that outside, inside, in the middle, all of these things are gonna go smoothly. As I told you guys, stroke will be covered in details in upcoming classes, but right now we are talking about type tool. Now this variable weight profile belongs to stroke. If I do not have stroke, I do not have this. If I add stroke, you can see your variable weight profile appears. From here you can change its stroke shape, that how would you like your stroke to be, whether you want it thin in the middle or bold in the middle, thin in the at the end or start of the stroke. You can change everything here, like this and like that. Still, whichever you select, you cannot add any changes. You know what? The same reason, because now it's type. You do not have any path, you do not have the start point or end point here. You just need to convert it to outline. That's the first rule. Then it's gonna affect on it. Then we have opacity. I can decrease or increase its opacity. Then we have characters. Now let's come to the character. First, increase our opacity back to the 100, and let's get rid of the stroke. Before we jump to the characters, let's come and cover the font family, font style, and font size. From here you can select whichever font family you like, or you have installed, or maybe your brand font, you can use it in here. So let's come to the, I don't know, BIOS 93 maybe. Then we have the regularity. Here you can change its font style. Some font family has font styles, most of them does not. What is font family? You guys may have seen regular fonts, italic fonts, bold fonts, black fonts. If you come back to the font family, some of them has numbers, like you can see 4, 2, 91, 10. These numbers shows that the fonts which has numbers has font families as well. If you come to the Arial, click on it. Now in front of Arial, letter 6 was written. If you come here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 font styles are there. If you come to the, which one was it? This one, Acumen variable concept, 91. If you come to the font style, 91 font styles are here in a single font family. Mostly we usually use Arial. Then we have regular, narrow, italic, bold, bold italic, and black. Then we have font size. We can increase or decrease size from here, which is obvious, or you can write it like 100. Then we have paragraphs. What's paragraph? We're gonna cover back in our text box. If I write something, this is our first graphic design course, which is started from Adobe Illustrator software and will cover other software as well. If you come to the paragraph section, only align left, align center, and align right will affect here. Align left means you can start from left side and it will go to the right side, or run to the right side, however you're gonna say it. Center, if you click center and write something in here, it will start from center and move both sides of the line. And if you click on the right, it will start from right and move to the left. But the thing which is not gonna affect is justify. Justify with last line, align left, center, right, or in the middle. These things will not affect on the text which you have written freehandedly or which is not written in your text box. If I wanna do changes in these justifies, I need to have a text box first. I'm gonna write a text box, copy all, paste it in here, resize it. Yeah. Look, it's aligned to the left, align right, align center. First, I'm gonna do is delete these spaces or enters. If you want to get rid of these hyphenations, there is a section or checkbox for hyphenation, automatic hyphenation. You can turn it off, then there is no hyphenation there. And now when I click on justify with last, so you can see all the letters are justified related to our text box size. Then center, it will be center, right, or in the middle. The last line will be all over the line, or the last line will cover the whole line, whether it is a single word or two words, or I don't know. So this is the left side space. If you increase it, your left side space will increase, and this is the right side space. And this is the indent. You know the indent in the start of the paragraph. The first line gonna have indent or space more than the other lines. Then we have paragraph, a space before paragraph and space after paragraph. Here we have only one paragraph. If I copy it and enter, paste, now you can see if I go back to the paragraph, increase the space, before paragraph, you can see before paragraph space gonna increase, and after paragraph still, if I increase this, it's gonna increase the space after this paragraph, or if I increase this, it will increase the space before this paragraph, whether you increase the first one or whether you increase the second one. So this was the paragraph. Let's come back to the characters. In our characters, first you're gonna see the font family, then you're gonna see the font size, style, sorry, then you're gonna see the font size. These three are covered in here too. Then we have line spaces or leadings. If I increase this while selected the paragraph or line which has 2 lines or 3 lines, if I click on this or then go back to the characters or increase the line spacing, nothing will happen because there is a single line. We do not have a second line to increase the space between 2 lines, or you can add it to auto. Then we have set the kerning between 2 characters. Let's see, or we have written T. If I select T, let's set the ruler as well and come to the edge of T. You can see the E has overlapped T as well. And when I click on this, go to the characters, come to the kerning section of our character, go here and make it 0, then it will not overlap. But the thing is, it will look a little bit empty as well, that T has more space than usual. We can change the kerning to auto. Then we have letter space. If I increase this, spaces between letters gonna increase. If I come and write 125, you can see spaces between letters has increased. We have letter or text height. We have text width. I wanna suggest you guys, whenever you guys are increases the height, the only height or the only width of the text, first do not do that. It will destroy your text or it will lose your font style. But if you need something like that, let's put it back to 100 and 100. Like I need to increase the height of this text, I can simply do this. But the point is, when you come back to the characters, nothing changed in height, but your width changed. If you go back to the width and write 100, the same font style will recover. So don't worry about that. Whenever you increase or decrease this, you can come back to your characters. If you wanna do it as it was, or if you wanna do it perfectly, just come back to the letters. Both of them should be 100 vertical and horizontal. The percentage should be 100. If you put 100, then it will come back to its first shape. Then we have baseline. In baseline, suppose you are writing some chemistry formulas or something like H2O or something like 22 or 33. First, let's come to H2O. Whenever you're writing a chemical or chemistry formulas, 2 is usually a little bit smaller and lower than the other letters. You can set it from characters. I can lower its position and I can decrease its size. This is H2O. Or if you want to write power 3 power 3, I can shift its baseline or decrease its size as well. So this is 3 power 3 as well. Simple, you can write it like this as well. H2O. Let's come and select 2. Here they have given you the subscript and superscript, and you can change it from here as well. Superscript and subscript. If you click on subscript, it will come here. If you click on superscript, it will go up. Then write 3 or 33 or 3 power 3, select it, go to your characters, click on superscript or select it in here, click on this one, it will go to your superscript. Then in the character section, we have all caps. Whenever I select the text or name or whatever it is, click on it, go to your character, click on the all caps, all will change to the capital letters. But if you click on the small caps, the sizes will remain the same, but its style will change to the capital letters. You can see the G is in uppercase when I normally wrote it, but here the size remains in capital letters, but the rest of the letters are in uppercases but in smaller sizes. You can say it like that. You can do it underline or cross, strike through. Then we have here rotation. If I increase the rotation, you can see the letters are getting rotated equally. So this was all about characters. Then let's see what else has remained. If you guys have used Photoshop, you might have known this one, make envelope. If you click on it, in Illustrator, in every option box or options or dialog box, we have preview. If you click on preview, it will show how your text will look after doing some changes. If I decrease it, you can see the changes are made, but if I cancel it, nothing will happen. If I click it again and preview is not on, whatever I do, it won't appear unless I click on OK. So that's the preview kind of thing. Click here, you can change the style like this. Let's preview it. I can change it to vertical and horizontal. I can bend it more. I can change its horizon, or I can change its distortion, horizontal or vertical. So you can play with it whatever you want, whichever style, wrapping style you select, you can do changes in that. So this was the type tool, the first tool. In the type tool we have covered, I think, everything about that. You can work with that, you can type in your Illustrator projects or newer designs.